So, what's the best way of going about this? Is it roll randomly, stat, or add points, or what?
Yeah, so the first thing to do would be to do your core stats. So standard 2 sets of 4d6 drop low.
Do you want us to start now, or okay, yeah. I'll let you do your stats first. Otherwise, we don't want mine interspersed with yours or whatever. Yeah.
Yes, I'll take all the high ones. You have all the low ones.
By the way, if you do /r space 4d6 and then Delta Lima 1 for drop lowest,
so
it'll do the calculation for you.
Okay, so shall I just the first one was like 12. So
start now, or okay. I'll let you do your stats first. Otherwise, we don't want mine interspersed with yours or whatever. Yeah. That's not too shabby.
Yes, I'll take all the high 15, ones. You have 14, 12.
By the way, if you do /r space 4d6 and then Delta Lima 1 for drop lowest.
Okay, so shall I just say? Sorry, my laptop's playing. Oh, so that's the first set. Nice. And then one more set.
No.
Nice.
Right.
Jesus, what's going on?
2 is definitely better than 1 then.
Yes, so 14, 16, 11, 15, 15. Can I apply them as I wish, or is that in order?
No, you can apply them as you need to.
Okay. Okay. Strength might be quite high.
Okay, I shall do mine then. So set 1.
We are live, by the way.
Right, okay. I probably won't roll set 2.
What have you just rolled?
An 18, 4 15s, and a 12.
Well, that's pretty good, right?
It's pretty solid.
I mean, I will roll the second set just because, you do, don't you? But that's very, very nice.
So when you say we're live, are we being recorded, as it were?
Yes.
Excellent.
I can see into your souls.
I'm not sure it works that way, but... Yeah.
I'm really not sure, or that staring into an empty void is helpful.
Yes, quite.
I think it's worth a try, though, right?
Yeah, it may peer back.
Yes, I'll be going with set 1, I think.
Yeah, 11, 9, 13, 11. Not great.
I think I already rolled mine up, didn't I? Yes, I did. Okay.
Alright, so there are my stats.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Nick, I think I've read this right. We get a skill increase, stat increase at level 4, but unlike 5th Ed, you have to split it across 2 stats. Yes, 1 point in each 2 stats, yes? Because we're level 5 characters, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's correct.
Yeah, okay. So...
the best way to do this, I think, is just to stack your character to 4th level, and then first level, and then just do 4 level ups.
Yeah, and can you do that? Is there a level up Mansa thing, or do we have to do it manually on the character sheet?
No, it's manually.
Oh, okay, no, that's fair enough. So what do I want my worst stat to be is the bottom line, because everything else is going to be the same.
Okay, so once that's in, I then choose to be a Wookiee, so that's the next one, I guess.
Yep, do you want me to send you the page for Wookiee, or do you...
If you could, yeah. Is it on the wiki? Because I can just.
Yeah, just look for rare races and Wookiees. somewhere.
Okay, let's have a look for. Is there a? Where do you enter search on the wiki? Crazy, there must be a search. Search.
If you go to the home page, it's then all the shortcuts are there for like species, skills, feats, etc.
Wiki. Search results. Wiki. Star Wars Saga Edition.
That's the one.
And species. Oh. Right. Yeah, there we go.
And then racial adjustments are in play then as well, presumably once we've chosen our thing, we have to make those as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're going to be a pretty crap Wookiee, to be honest.
No, I'm strength 20. Which is fair to middling for a Wookiee. So background. Class, so soldier. Huh?
Yeah, soldier.
What's the rest of the stuff I get for Wookiee? Speed 6. So where do I put my species traits in on the character sheet? Is there a space for that? Special qualities?
Probably there, yeah.
Yeah, I'd take that.
It's expert climber. Extraordinary recuperation. Intimidating presence. Rage. And weapon familiarity. And something else. A Rick Blade.
I'm just fleshing out your ship.
Okay, cool. I'll try not to crash this one. Okay, so I've done my Wookiee things, I think. So now I need to do my soldier things. Oh, I speak Shriwook and understand basic. Excellent. Yeah, you have to remember to learn to understand Wookiee.
Yes, learn how to speak Wookiee.
How do you spell Shriwook? I know, I'll cut and paste it. Okay. There's my languages. Okay, so go to soldier next.
Yep, that'll be next up.
Species. Heroic classes. Soldier. I assume heroic classes is just class, right?
Yeah, the heroic
There
class is
are-
a bit annoying.
Basically, the difference between a heroic class and a regular class is that a heroic class gets bonus feats and the regular version of the class doesn't.
Okay, so it's basically just giving you access to more stuff.
Yeah.
Which is fair
Non-heroic versions of the class are there for NPCs, not for player characters.
Of course, because BCs are. Okay, so starting feats and the talent. Oh, first of all, okay, class skills. It says trained in 3 plus intelligence modifier, so I'll pick 3 plus my modifier from that list, do I? And treat them as trained.
Yeah.
So do I mark that on my sheet anywhere?
Yeah, there's there's a list of all the skills, and then on the right next to
It's
the
just
modifier.
trained. Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing is, what I found is, for some reason at first level, even though I've put my character numbers in, my stats, it was still showing -1 on like my dex feats. But if I click trained and then untrained again, it goes back to the correct number. Otherwise, you'd be showing -1 for stats that you shouldn't be -1 for. That makes
Okay,
sense.
that's fine, yeah. What skills have we got? So mechanics, definitely. I'm thinking pilot and use computer.
Yeah, I've got pilot and mechanics as well. Well, that's cool,
Yeah.
because if we're running the ship, then
Yeah,
we should
that's
have.
kind of needed. And then perception is probably handy.
Yeah, again, I've got that as well as a class skill.
Okay, so
But no, I'm not saying don't take. I get loads of skills anyway, because I get 5 plus my int modifier. My int modifier is 3, so I've got 8.
so when things are trained, do you get bonuses in it?
It's basically it adds your modifier in. I think is how it works.
But some skills are trained only as well.
Yes, a certain applications of a skill you can only attempt if you're trained in it.
Okay. So the question is, do I go perception, treat injury? Yeah, perception or treat injury. What do you reckon?
I can't imagine a Wookiee treating an injury.
Yeah, out the way. Oh, hang on, sorry, I just seem to have crushed his ribs.
Okay, I'll go for perception.
Quick, CPR! Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Basically, your skill is whatever the modifier is. If you're trained in it, I think it's a +5. Looking at the numbers on my sheet, that seems to be how it's
Okay.
calculating it.
Force points. Well, why would I get force points?
Everyone gets force points. If you're a force user, you have more ways to use them, but if you're familiar with the old action point system, it's basically the same as that for everyone else.
Okay, I'm not, so... however, I start with the following bonus feats. Armour... Weapons to there, okay. I'm going to need to take a bit of weapons here. So I've got up to medium armour, so light... Let me put my feet in.
Yeah, so with force points anyway, basically, if you use a force point, you can add a d6 to your roll.
Oh, okay, so... do they come back after a while, or are they one use and that's it?
When you level up, they refresh.
Okay, so they're... You don't have lots of them, but you can use them.
Yeah, so you get 5 at first level. How many do you get when you level
I
up?
think it's one every other level or something.
Basically, the amount is 5 plus half your existing level.
Yeah, so I'd have 7. If on 4th level, that is. Where am
I thought
proficiency?
we were going up to 5th level, which would still be 7 because I think it's round down. But
Yeah, when you level up, if you haven't used your force points by the time you have leveled up, they are basically lost, and then you just get your recalculate. So you get your
Is
5 plus half.
redo them. Okay.
So by level 5, you'll have it's rounded down, so you'll have 8.
7. If you round down.
Yeah, so 7. Yeah, sorry, maths is hard.
It's alright.
Are you allowing species feats?
If you're playing a species that allows for them.
Yes, I am. And it's a pilot one, so I would quite like it. But I
What
wanted
are
to
you
check.
going for?
Flawless pilot. It basically gives me advantage on all pilot rolls. Proper advantage.
What species am I in?
Duros.
Ah,
You know, the blue-faced guys, basically.
yes. The thing that oh no, that's Rhodians. Yeah, Duros are the ones with the weird.
Okay, so I'm currently at foist level. Do I get anything? Oh, so my base skills are from my soldier. Okay, so I get a talent.
Yeah, and don't forget, you get, as well as your feats that you get for being a Wookiee in your
Yeah.
class, you
Yeah.
also get a feat of your choice at first level. And the ones at first level can be anything. The ones on the even numbered levels can only be bonus feats from the bonus list for your class, I believe is the way it works, if I've read it right.
Oh yeah. So if I get a Wookiee, because I can get bonus rage or something.
Yeah, it was a species feat, potentially, yes.
Oh yeah. You get a bonus. Every even numbered level, you get a bonus feat selected from bonus feat soldier.
Yeah, but from we get a feat, we don't at 5th, but we get one at first level and one at 3rd level that don't have to be selected from that list. They can be selected from the whole feat list, because your species feat won't count as a bonus soldier feat, so you would only be able to select it 1st or 3rd, not 2nd or 4th.
Okay, but
once again, clarification. I thought we were moving up to. We were 5th level, which meant we got a 3rd feat.
No, because you don't get a 3rd feat at 5th level. It's at 6th.
You're right. I'm too used to Pathfinder at this point.
Yeah, there are a staggering number of available feats.
yeah.
Right. So I think, Nick, I might be done, but I'm not sure everything on my character sheet is updating properly. But I think I've selected. I've done my race stuff. I've done my first level talents. I've done my feats. I've got them all written down anyway.
Can you speak Wookiee?
Not yet.
You'll need to if you want to understand me.
Well, I was potentially going to take linguist as a feat at 3rd level.
That would be handy.
Because actually, as a scout, I'd probably want to know a few languages anyway.
Very true.
Yep, your character looks more or less ready. Your,
I'll
your
need to
grapple
work.
is 1 for some reason.
I need to work out my base attack bonus, don't I, in order to work out what feats I can have.
As a soldier, it increases each level. So actually, I think that's true. Let me double check that.
Did I have a destiny or not?
No, I'm not doing. Yeah, I'm not doing Destiny.
Okay.
Yeah, weirdly, Nick, I've managed to fix the grapple to 1. It seems it doesn't register when you've put your stats in, or at least it hasn't for me. But if I just dropped the mod to Dex and then swapped it back to Strength, it then went to 1.
Your
I had to do
base
that for
attack.
my.
Your base attack spawn goes up by 1 each level, so you'll be +5 by the time you're 5th level.
So where do I put my base attack bonus in?
It's Bab just under force points above the perception button, sort of to the right of your main stats, on the right hand side of the character
So
sheet.
at first level it's 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have to choose my feats as if it's 1, and then at higher level it's high level. Do we have a background?
You can. Backgrounds are essentially jobs, more or less, or like what your character did or does.
Does it? Is it work? Is it? If you don't take it, do you lose out on anything? Or?
Yeah, you get a few benefits for having it. Mostly, the biggest thing is most of them give a bonus skill.
Okay, that's cool. Then I shall attempt to find a background.
Oh yeah, I haven't done that, so thank you.
Yeah, just posted the link to backgrounds. There are quite a
Thank you.
few, so just pick whatever one works for you.
I'm an academic. Shocking, I know.
You got event conspiracy. Be an Alex Jones. Enslaved would probably work well for a wiki as well.
In this time period as well? I wasn't sure.
Yeah, background can be either an event or an occupation.
Oh right, so right, I didn't realise there were occupations as well. Huh.
You can even come up with backgrounds. It's a fairly light system in terms of what it gives you, so you're able to kind of just come up with something.
It doesn't really give you, as far as I can say, most of them don't actually give you anything.
They give
Or
you
not.
a one of the skills from the list on the right.
So in fact, if you took pilot rig, you would have used computer and therefore could do astrogator.
I was just looking. That means I can pick one of those skills. It says relevant skills. I can pick
Yes,
one
you
of.
can pick one of them. Yes.
Oh, fine. Well, in that case, that's easy for me then. Yes, I won't use computer, so my background will be pilot. No problem at all.
Where the heck do we mark down cash?
I was looking for that earlier actually when I was going through the character sheet. If you scroll to right down to the bottom of the page, and then just
Yeah,
go
under
up,
experience it
yeah,
says credits.
yeah, it's next to encumbrance and like. I'm starting everybody
you-
off with 6,500 credits rather than
Alright.
the starting roll, primarily because there are no actual rules as written for starting credits at levels higher than first.
Makes sense.
Okay, so right, background's done, talents are done, blah blah blah. I think I'm ready to rock now. And all the numbers seem to be working. With grapple, when it says strength or dex as the mod, can I choose that, or does it depend who's grappling me, or vice versa?
I think grappling in this works basically the same as 3.5. I'm just going to double check that. Hang on, because grappling's a bit of a
Okay,
volatile
and
thing.
what's threshold?
So if you gain the skill, you count as trained in it. Is that right?
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
gain it. So damage threshold, just pulling it up in the PDF. It is essentially to do if you take a massive hit, it can still incapacitate or kill you if it's sufficiently large. It is calculated by your fortitude defense plus your size mod.
Okay,
Given you are going to be size medium, it will just be
yeah.
your fortitude defense basically because you're size medium.
Yeah, which is 12. Okay, which is what it says. That's fine. Why is there a drop-down box that I can have will there as well, or is that if I take massive damage from the force or a mental attack or something like that? I suppose it uses the will rather than the fortitude. I guess.
Yeah,
Something
so
like that.
will is mental defenses. So
Yeah. So basically, depending on what kind of attack it is, if it's a physical attack, it's fortitude. If I take massive damage from a mental attack, it uses my will threshold rather than my fortitude threshold. Yeah. Does that
yeah.
seem about right? Okay. So yeah, and presumably that's why there's strength and dex for grapple, depending on whether you're trying to overpower them with strength or, like me, nimbly escape from their grasp and run away. Which is, I suspect, what I would be doing. Right. Okay, so I think I'm ready to... I presume we're going to do equipment at the end.
Yeah.
So I am ready to rock in terms of levelling up. Toby, is your character all done, I take it?
Me? No, not yet. As I am playing a Force user, I have 10,000 things to pick.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that
But what I'm saying is,
is
don't let me and Spawn hog Nick. Don't feel free because I'm
It's
still trying to
fine.
work.
I'm mostly just trying to pick out things.
Advanced melee weapons. Is that a, do I need a feat for that?
Yes, I'm pretty
What
sure
is the
you
feat?
do.
What is the feat?
Let me just pull up the feats.
It might be exotic weapon. I don't know exotic weapon proficiency, but I'm
No,
not sure.
I have something that moves something from exotic to advanced,
Oh, okay.
but I can't find an advanced weapon proficient. There's a weapon proficiency. Is it weapon proficiency advanced? Maybe.
Yeah, that would be see. So advanced weapons are, they are specific to individuals. So you take advanced weapon, and then the weapon name.
So if I went, so if I went weapon proficiency,
So if you went weapon proficiency advanced,
advanced melee.
Yeah, and then pick like electro staff or something. You would have proficiency in using an electro staff.
I think that's exotic. Yeah, it applies to all weapons in the group, and advanced melee weapons are a group. Yeah, sorry, I'm just reading the bit on that page, and it says when you gain the thing, you gain all. So, choose one weapon group. You're proficient with all weapons of the selected groups. Weapon
Oh,
groups include the
I might be
following
thinking of.
of exotic.
I
Yeah,
think I'm thinking
it
of
says
weapon focus.
you cannot take exotic weapons as a weapon group. Instead, you must select the exotic weapon for proficiency to gain proficiency with a specific one. But if I get advanced melee weapons, I automatically get the Rick Blade. So I'll take advanced melee weapons. Because you know.
Is your Bab at 0 at first level, Rick?
If you're talking to me, yes.
Oh, you're a scout, aren't you? Yeah.
Yeah. So my Bab will be at 3. I basically go to Bab at level 2, 3, and 4, and then I don't again at 5. So because basically it's a 3/4 Bab class. So I end up not get there, but I'll end up with 15 at level 20 as opposed to sort of 20 or 10 if there are half Bab classes. I don't know.
Okay, so that was my bonus feat at first level. Which is cool. Okay. So I now have talent.
Yeah, just to explain how damage threshold worked. Basically, if you take an amount of damage that is equal or exceeds your damage threshold, you basically move down on a condition step, which reduces it adds penalties to basically like skills.
Oh, that's what that condition tracker thing next to it is for.
Yeah, so
-1,
it starts
minus
at normal, and then every time you take whatever your threshold is, which will be 12, I think. So if you take more than 12 damage in a hit, it will drop.
Yeah.
Drop down.
Okay. Yeah. 12 is my fortitude threshold here. I think I can take up to 13 mentally though. So leveling up, there isn't a button. We just have to manually do it. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no character mancer for this game. This game is out of print, and it's been out of print for a long time. I think it probably went out of print before Roll20 even became like a thing.
Yeah, my recollection is Wizards of the Coast lost the license in about 2011 or 2012.
Is that about the time Disney bought Star Wars?
No, that was more like 2015, I think.
I get a bonus to some of my defenses. Fortitude. I have to manually put that. 1 class bonus to fortitude and 2 class bonus to reflex. Okay.
Okay. So when you gain talents, can you gain a new talent, or do you just have to choose the tree that you're in?
I think it's from any
basically
class.
the different trees all have their own rules about who has access to them. Most of them are if you are in any of these classes or in this one class, you can
Yeah,
take.
but what I mean is, it says talent ever so often. Does
Yeah,
that
you
mean I choose a talent tree, or do I choose a talent from a tree I already have? Or if I want a new tree, do I choose a tree and a talent? How does that work?
You're a
you
soldier, aren't you?
yeah,
Yes.
you can choose a talent from any of the soldier talent trees that you have access to. It
Right,
doesn't have to
okay.
be the same one as your talent at
These
level
ones.
1.
Okay.
They do have prerequisites, though.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But my question was, do I have to use a talent to access a tree? And the answer is no. I just choose a talent from a talent tree that's open to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, cool. Brilliant.
Check you have got defense bonuses from your class one as well, because you have to manually put them in.
Oh, okay. I'll have a look at that in a minute.
So at second level, I'll gain a BAB, hit points, and a bonus scout feat. So level 2, BAB. Can we take average, or do we have to roll for hit points, Nick?
You can take average or roll, down to you.
And a D8 will be 5, wouldn't it? Would be the average.
Yes.
I'll have a think about that.
Is second wind a feat, or is it an automatic thing you can do? If you reduce a 1/2 your maximum hit points, unless you can catch a second wind as a swift action. Certain feats or talents are allowed to catch a second wind more often. So you can only heroic characters can catch a second wind. So it comes with being a heroic character. Perfect.
Damn it! I can't be a force adept yet. Oh well.
I think you can. You basically have access to a second wind each encounter. But you can get feats or talents that increase how many you can have or how potent they are.
Is it cool?
Oh
I
no,
like these talents.
no! You can get catch a second wind once per day. And there are feats or talents that allow you to catch it more often, but never more than once in a single encounter. That's right.
Yeah. Ooh, that's good. I think I might be taking the trooper talent tree. Or comrades in arms.
Whenever you shoot, you're just going to miss.
It's the other way around.
That's not following movie logic.
Oh no, it's not.
Oh yeah, got my con modifier to add in as well. I'm going to go for average hit points plus my con, Nick, just so you're aware.
Sure, that's fine.
Oh yeah. I think I shall take comrades in arms as my first talent. Right, and you say that soldier gives me some bonuses to my saves, I guess.
Possibly, I think each class has bonuses to different saves depending on what they're doing, but it should be if you go onto the soldier page, it should list it in there under class.
Yeah.
In the same way it listed just the feats that you get for free and all that.
Mm.
Right, so level 3 then.
So, are you a nice or a naughty force user?
Yes.
Excellent answer.
I am not. I am not as goody two shoes as the Jedi, but I am not. I'm not a raging egomaniac like one of the Sith. So
So
take it that way.
you're a mildly goody two shoes egomaniac.
Yeah, that's one. That's one way it may end up happening.
Excellent. +1 to my reflex, +2 to my fortitude. Okay, so let's see his class. Oh, +1 and fortitude +1.
Yeah, let's go with Adept Spellcaster.
Okay, so that's my current level. Turn. I think that's it for my level 1. Do you want to have a quick look at that, Nick?
Yeah, I'm 2 seconds.
Oh, I've got my hit points wrong already.
You neglected to include your gender.
Oh, yeah.
Are you male, female, or other?
I should be male.
Although I don't know how you tell the difference with Wookiees.
But you ask them and hope to survive.
Is a Wookiee only size medium?
Yeah.
Top end of, but it's worth remembering. Large size is like half
It's
again.
like it's like Gamorreans and things, isn't it?
Mm.
Huts, presumably, if they when they're older.
You can actually play a hut in this, I think.
Yes, I think you can. I would imagine you probably have to play a hut that's relatively young, otherwise it's going to be a bit difficult to get about the place.
They're crazy tough, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They got some insane natural armor, I think. Actually, I can look that up. No, all huts receive +2 bonus to their strength, con, and intelligence, but suffer a -6 to dex. They have a base speed of 2 squares. They are resistant to force. They are immune to being knocked prone, for obvious reasons. And they have essentially advantage on persuasion checks.
Huh.
I think I'll import inspiration over to this game as well. I just like that as a system.
Well, it's D20 based, isn't it? So it's fairly easy to include.
Yeah, I mean you could include it into any game really. It's just a good bit of a player reward if they do
It's
something
nice,
cool.
isn't it? It's nice. Yeah, I like it. So I think I've done my first level. So when I go up a level, do I get any skills, anything like that, or not?
Every alternating level, you'll get another feat and talent. So by 5th level, you should have 3 feats and 3 extra feats and 2 extra talents.
No,
Or is it the other way around?
yeah, you'll have at 5th level, you have 3 talents. You'll have 2 main feats and 2 feats from the bonus list.
And sorry, so there's something I'm missing, which is basically going up a level and getting feats at certain times. Where's that listed?
So under character, you've got your under soldier. It will tell you when you get your bonus soldier feats. If you go into character creation, it's got a list that tells you when you get the other stuff. There's that all characters get just by their level.
Okay, so
Yeah, so 2nd level, you get your bonus feat, 3rd talent, 4th bonus
I
feat.
don't see that.
Oh no, it's not in there. Where's the table? Hang on.
No, that's a soldier one. I've had that. So people are saying that I get these non soldier feats.
Right, it's not a table, but each character, if you just go into if you go back to the main page and then click feats, and then it's got acquiring feats. Each character gains 1 feat when the character is created, and then at 3rd, 6th, 9th, 12th, 15th, and
So I
18th.
get a feat at 3rd level, basically.
Yes.
Cool. First, so when I go up a level in soldier, my base attack bonus goes at 1. I get a bonus feat, a soldier feat. Okay. I want to get a D10 hit points plus my con bonus.
Yes.
We'll take average. Plus con.
Which is 6. Which is 6 for me, isn't it? D10 for
Yes.
soldiers, yeah. Yeah, I might just take the average.
So we get an ability score
9,
increase at 4, don't we? So I'll increase that to that, and that to that.
Is there a way to improve your skills?
They're level tied.
They'll go up automatically as you level, and you can take the skill focus feat as well.
Oh, which gives you a bonus, yeah.
But what I'm finding is when I'm updating my level, it isn't increasing, but then I'm just clicking trained and untrained again, and then the number increases properly.
Okay, so... Oh, yes. Just a bit slow.
Yeah, so your ability score increase at 4th level. You can increase 2 abilities by 1.
Yeah, I've done that.
Right, so I now need to choose a feat.
So we have for this party at least we've got Han Solo and Chewbacca. We've got Tom playing a Night Sister. Dragon is playing a Terra's Cassie, otherwise known as essentially a monk. And Nathan is playing a Jiao Shi, which is who are essentially Jedi without the without the Jedi restrictions, so they can kind of use the Force as they want to, rather than being tied down to light side rules.
Ah, okay.
In the area, really, if we're from the area, is there languages that I'm likely to? Because I've just taken the linguist feat. Obviously, I'm going to take Wookiee, but I've got another 4 I can take because I get 1 language plus 1 for every part of my intelligence modifier. My ends plus
Hello.
4. Afternoon.
Hello. Sorry, I missed the actual date then. Popped up.
Ah, hello,
Sorry.
Nathan.
So I need to.
You're in the server, right, Nathan?
Sorry, my Wi-Fi cut off for a second. What were you just saying? I just switched to Ethernet.
You're in my Roll20 server for this game, right? I think you
Yes. Yeah, I'm already in it.
Oh, I think I shall go for that feat. Mighty swing.
Is it basically power attack by another name?
It allows you to add an extra dice of damage if I take 2 swift actions. And as I'll be rolling a d10.
Yeah, that's pretty chunky.
Because the Rick blade apparently does 2d10 damage.
I'm not sure I like the name of that weapon.
Why not? You're a really powerful weapon.
I don't like anything that's called Rick Blade.
What about Richard Blade?
Yeah, we'll save that for Thursday, I think.
Yeah. So on Thursday, Spartan, Andy gave me a really cool idea last night. While we're playing Call of Cthulhu, all of us will change our screen name on Discord to Richard. So
Yeah.
so the entire server, the
Yeah.
server room we're in, we're all gonna be called Richard.
We just have to remember that Kieran might decide to throw his toys out the pram, so...
That's right. I got him in the podcast last night as well. That was quite funny. He was giving me a very angry glare and a couple of middle fingers.
Oh dear. Got him there.
And by the end of it, when we stopped recording, he was just remarking at how he's going to make us regret it on Thursday.
Oh, that doesn't seem to have worked, which is a shame. I'm now going up to level 3 and it's not liking it. It's still at 2 in my skills.
If you took it untick them, it should update.
Yeah, I did, but when I untick it, it goes down to 2. And I tick it and it goes up to 7. Whereas my armour is at 3. Level stroke armour. So something is wrong.
It's half your character level.
Oh, it's half, not
Yeah, half.
Yeah, and it rounds down, so going 2 to 3 won't do you anything.
See, if only I knew the rules. So back to the soldier. Soldier gets a talent at level 3. Okay. Attack bonus to 3.
We're doing backgrounds then. I've noticed it's linked in the chat.
Yeah, we're not doing Destiny.
Okay, sweet.
I don't really like Destiny unless unless there is a very very specific story centric reason why Destiny should be applied. I don't really like it.
I guess it can kind of like force you to work in one direction.
Yeah, backgrounds are easy, so you don't really get much from them, but they're useful.
Yeah, the skills is really nice because the skills are quite limited based on your class.
Yeah, it doesn't use ranks, which I like, because ranks are annoying.
Yeah, ranks are crazy.
Is there a list of languages anywhere, Nick?
I would think there is. There are a lot of languages in Star Wars. I guess it's down to depending on where you're from, more or less. Are we going with the assumption that you live on your ship, or do you live on a planet and have a ship?
I would say, given my occupation was pilot, I probably spent most of my time in space, sort of just zooming about, doing missions for whoever I was employed for, which I should work out at some point before we start. So obviously, I would imagine I was probably, let's say I was born on my home planet, but got out and about fairly quickly as soon as I was qualified.
What's your bonus to intelligence?
Well, I've got, basically, I started with 2 languages, which is Basic and Duros, but I've taken Linguist, which gives me 5 more languages. One of them is Wookiee, but what I wanted to do was have ones that would be reasonable based on the area of space we're in and the languages spoken, that kind of thing.
It might be worth learning to speak binary.
Okay.
Or like Java.
I found a list actually now. So yeah, I have binary. I have Java trade language.
I'm not sure that would be very useful though, because Jawas are only on Tatooine, and we're not going to Tatooine.
Oh, okay. It's not a. Oh yes, it does say not widely spoken except on this planet of origin. So that.
High Galactic might be one. I think there is an equivalent to Thieves' Cant as well in Saga. So like a smuggler's tongue or something.
Oh, Boka, yeah, trade language spoken by almost any species. Yeah, we'll have that.
Yeah, it's like a few centuries back. Trade was usually conducted in French.
Yes. And
Oui.
I think we'll have Hutties just for a giggle.
Well, you know, got to be done.
You
I
cannot take
refuse.
Gunganese.
Okay, I wasn't going to, and I'm certainly not going to take Ewokies on principle. Yeah, we've been about a bit, so let's have Mon Calamari in as well.
You have Deriz, right? Because you're a Duros.
Yes, I get basic and Durese, and then I've got 5 more for the linguists. I've taken Wookiee, Binary, Bocce, or whatever it's pronounced, Hutties, and I think Mon Calamari.
It's a trap.
Right, that I believe is me done, Nick. I haven't obviously bought anything yet, but otherwise that's done
So,
my
and
feats, done
we
my
go to
talents.
4th level, right?
5th.
5th.
I would have said it's probably worth taking High Galactic, but I don't think that exists in the Old Republic. As a language.
Well, what I want is just stuff that's, the in terms of given my occupation before I became, an adventurer or whatever was pilot, I probably would have been exposed to quite a few. So I'm trying to pick ones that I hope are reasonably common and widely spoken, or would be most useful in terms of my previous employment.
Given the nature of the game, it might be worth taking Mandoa, which is the language Mandalorians speak.
Oh, okay. Because if it's but that's if we're that era, then okay, I'll get rid of Mon Calamari then. Ah, yes. So that's in additional languages, Mandoa. Yeah, I'll have that.
That would be very helpful, I think. So there are no droids in the party. There's no universal translators really. Yeah,
I just thought linguist would reflect.
You'll be the go-between.
Yeah, I just thought.
For Wookiee.
Yeah, I just thought linguist would reflect what I probably picked up in my previous role, and given I'm a scout as well, I'll probably have picked some more up. So it seemed apposite to take the feat to give me some languages to reflect that. Bear with me a moment. I shall return.
Hmm.
Oh God, I get one more language and skill as well because my int modifier went up. Another skill though. Christ, that's cool.
Okay, that is amazing. I am definitely taking that.
Since we're playing Old Republic, when you're sorting out equipment, you'll have access to gear templates as well, so you'll be able to augment weapons and armor and stuff, and give cool bonuses at the cost of making the item slightly more expensive.
Can I have a jetpack?
You may end up singeing your fur.
Yeah, but I can take the rocket jumper talent tree, which gives me the ability to not fuck up. Let's have a look at the other one though.
Do we have anyone combat-wise decent in melee? I'm not
Yeah.
sure which.
Yes.
We do
Yes.
already.
I'm
Yeah.
a Wookiee.
Yeah, and we have a Terrace Cassie monk as well. So we've got.
Oh, fab. Okay.
And I'm a scout, and I've taken feats to allow me to shoot into melee without blowing any of my mates up, hopefully.
Yeah, that's helpful.
All right. I'll go the Scholar, then Jedi route then. It's basically which one do I start with? I think I'll start with Noble, and then into Jedi, and then into Noble a little bit.
The game's at 5th level now, by the way, Nathan. I upped it a bit.
Yeah. I just put my last extra level in a second level in Noble. I think I'll just figure out exactly how I placed everything and talk you through it in case I've made any huge mistakes.
So, in terms of equipment, what kind of stuff should we look to be equipping ourselves out with, Nick? Obviously, other than the obvious weapons and so forth. You there, Nick?
Yeah, sorry, I was just reading something. There are more things than just like general weapons and armor, but in terms of your ship, we're just going to waive that because we're not going to be using it in combat or anything. It's really just there to facilitate travel. There are going to be things I'm just going to assume you have by virtue of your job. So, like, you're going to have some kind of communicators. You might have some kind of like handheld, like pocket computer, like a tricorder or something.
Cool.
Basic medical supplies. Like a mechanic's toolbox, that kind of thing. I'm not going to be tracking like food and like water and stuff.
Cool.
So I'm just going to assume you have a sufficient amount. Same goes with like encumbrance, providing you're not obviously doing something that you wouldn't be able to do.
So, what's the ruling on owning, restricted, illegal, licensed stuff?
Yeah, so with the exception of black market, you will have access to standard, restricted, and military.
There's a noise in the background there. Which categories can we have?
Standard, restricted, and military.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Right, another blast.
Yeah, so we're because of the nature of the Mandalorian Wars and how fucking insane it was in terms of the Mandalorians almost taking over the galaxy effectively. Spoiler alert: they didn't win. But and given your 5th level, we're assuming that you've done some work with the Republic before, so they've given you access to some military hardware. There are heirloom items like as well that you can get, but for the most part they are fairly high level, or they are fairly insanely significant. Like I think Boba Fett's armor is an heirloom item in the game, which would make no sense in Old Republic, obviously, but.
Oh no, the bowcaster doesn't have a stun setting. What a shame. Right. Bowcaster and Rickblade. What I'm doing me.
For you, Rick, it might be worth taking some cybernetics.
Okie doke. Let me have a look.
So, if you wear armor, you use that instead of your level bonus. Is that right?
Think so.
Yeah, I think that's correct.
So
But
it's almost not.
as a Wookiee, I don't think you can wear armor.
Yeah. So I shall just use my natural fur.
Biotech Borg construct.
Utility belt. That's what I'm looking for.
You can get implants as well.
Did you say we got 6.5 grand?
Yes.
Right, well I spent 5 grand of mine, so I think I'm probably done.
Did you add into your character sheet?
Just doing that now.
No, fair. Have you taken any gear templates? Or have you
I
just
don't know
done
what they
standard?
are.
I've just got standard stuff.
Yeah, what are gear templates?
So not in Old Republic, you can get they're basically little augments that you can add to weapons, armor, and stuff, and it gives them like an extra cool effect. But each one will increase the base cost of the item by 10% or 1,000 credits, whichever one's higher.
Okay, which is the... Oh, for fuck's sake. Pardon my French. Where is it? Ah, gear template.
So you take like a, for instance, just like a bowcaster. You could add a gear template onto that may have it deal fire damage, for instance.
Okay.
There are restrictions based on weapons, obviously, but they're pretty good.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it now. Okay. Yeah, can't have that one. That's no good. Ah. No, can't really do any of those. Oh well. No, I won't bother with any of those. Are we allowed to get restricted stuff or not?
Yes, unrestricted, restricted, and military.
Ah, cool.
I mean, you probably could go after black market stuff, but you would have to do that
In game.
in your own time. There are rules to dealing with the black market as well, in terms of having to find somebody that actually will be willing to sell things to you. But since you work with the Republic, if you're seen to be using black market equipment, they're probably gonna
Yeah.
not look at you too fondly. Oh, okay. I don't think we need to worry about grapple. You can't grapple unless you have the feet.
How does one get the feet? There doesn't appear to be a way to click it. Or is it literally the feet is just called grapple?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so you need a grappling feat, such as pin or trip.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so yeah, grapple attack is an improved version of the grab attack.
Ah, okay. So it's
Grab attack is treated as an unarmed attack, except that it doesn't deal damage. And you take a -5 penalty on the attack roll. You can only grab an opponent up to one size category larger than yourself. Until it breaks the grab, takes -2 on attack rolls. If you use a natural weapon or a light weapon. Blah, blah, blah. Okay.
okie dokie. I think that's me done. Do you want to take a quick look when you're ready?
Sure. A Wookiee with a utility belt.
Of course.
I presume you'll be carrying all these things.
Possibly leaving the explosive charge in the ship when I'm not, you know. Also, the vacuum mask is basically, it says that people who spend a lot of time on ships tend to have them in case of loss of atmosphere.
Yes,
So
explosive decompression.
yes, I would leave that back on the ship.
Wise.
But you know, binoculars always handy.
How is your armor calculated as a Wookiee?
I haven't got any.
Yeah, but you should have to have general bonuses.
Yes, which is basically 1+1 per level, and then +1 to certain things.
Yeah, under defences, isn't it, Rob?
Yeah. Basically, I looked at the armour, and even if I could wear it,
Yeah, it'd be natural
was
armor,
something
wouldn't it, or something?
it was like +7, and it was like, yeah, not really pointful.
Well, your resistance comes from your ability to take to resist damage as well. Like, well, take more damage than what otherwise would deal with most people.
Yeah, I don't know if I've got any damage reduction. Yes, I might learn treat injury on my next feat, as it might come in handy. Alright guys, anything else that we need? Otherwise I shall pop off and have tea.
Cool.
That should be fine. I'll add your weapon stats to your character sheet.
Oh, that'd be good, yeah. Thank you. And I shall, if I don't see you guys later, I'll see you guys tomorrow, I suspect. Some of you.
Okay, thanks, Bob.
Yep, that's fine.
Have fun.
Anybody else?
Oh, well,
Good night.
if you're still in, you know, still on in an hour or so, I might pop back on. Otherwise, cheers, bye.
Catch you later, Bob.
How are we doing credits? Was that just the stuff you get for your first level?
No, there are no. There isn't a credit table for anything beyond first, so everyone gets 6,500.
Hmm. Okay. So is it just basic 500 for everyone to pull from, or
Sorry, say that again.
so then how much would we get essentially to spend to buy equipment
Oh, yeah, 6,500 each.
each? Oh wow, that's a lot of cash.
Right, Nick, I'm pretty sure mine's done as well, and I've added the weapons and all the equipment and everything. So you just want to take a look and make sure you're comfortable with it.
2 seconds. Just looking over it.
I'll add the bio and that kind of stuff a bit nearer the time, and give a
Yes.
picture and all that kind of thing.
You're not taking armor.
Nope, I've got 20 decks. I just don't see the benefit.
That's fair enough. But no, it looks all good.
Cool, excellent. Well, thank you for your time.
No worries.
Right, well, like Spawn, I think I shall toddle off and get something to eat. But I may well be around later on if you guys are still here, and I'll pop back in.
Okay. I might do a bit later on.
Okay, cool. No worries. Catch you later, gentlemen.
All right.
Be safe.
Yep.
Nice. Rick's reflex defense is 22. That's pretty good for 5th level.
Crikey.
Spawn should be higher given he's a Wookiee.
Yeah, I'm definitely not built for combat. In terms of force powers, were you allowing all of them, or the standard ones plus Knights of the Old Republic?
All.
Oh, crazy. That's some extra fun stuff to play with there.
Yeah.
Yeah, providing you meet the requirements at least.
Yeah. No, I've grabbed the feat
Most
twice.
of
So I've
them-
got.
Most of them, the only requirement for them is be force sensitive.
Basically, yeah. Yeah, I've grabbed the skill, and I think I've got 2 sets of what's the feat called again? Force training. That gives me a lot to play with.
I actually ran out of other feats I wanted to take, so so I've gone 3. But then I don't use a lightsaber, so
That's a lot. Yeah. I think she's got a lightsaber, but she's not gonna. Yeah, she's not gonna use it much, to be honest. I think I've taken the block and deflect talents for it, and that's probably what she's gonna do with it most of the time. If she's in melee, she's gonna be getting out of it as quickly as possible.
shield breaking good.
Pardon? Mhm. Are there any languages that you'd recommend definitely picking up?
Basic.
I mean, most people don't even need to actually make any effort to get that one.
Yeah, I think I'll just get it. Part
Yeah,
human.
no, he does. So
She's more of a scholar kind, if that helps at all. But
I would recommend take Bocce, which is the trade language.
okay.
Well,
How do we
traditionally,
determine how many languages we get? Do we just get the one and then?
Yeah, you get whatever your automatics are, and then you get an extra one for each int mod.
I think I get linguist as well, so I've got.
So
I think I
you-
have 7
Yeah,
total.
so yeah, if there's some feats and things that let you learn more as well. I would recommend.
So yeah.
It might be worth taking Wookiee because there is a Wookiee in the party, and obviously they can only speak in Wookiee.
Yep.
Binary would be useful. There are no droids in
Yep.
the party, but it's worth taking that just to make life easier.
It's a helpful thing in general principle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man-
I have enough languages, so
Mandoa, which is the language of the Mandalorian language, that might be worth taking.
yep.
And the rest is more or less what would work for you.
Thanks. That does help though. That gives me a solid 5 already. It's basic, bocce, Wookiee, binary, and Mandoa. Has a nice apostrophe in it.
Yeah, it's Mando apostrophe A.
Yeah. Okay. I just spotted it and was like, that's a weird spelling, but it's Star Wars. I'll do a law check, see if there's any of the Jiao Shade, typically no.
Are Rick blades two-handed? Need to check that. No, I don't think they are.
Yeah, 1 second.
What else did he have? He had an explosive charge.
Yeah, let's have some mind trick. Never hurts to have at least a little about the place.
That's fine. I think I've got that one as well. They're like a fun one. I think I'm mostly set.
I annoyingly am not, but I need to go GM a game before too much longer.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, looks like Rick and Spawn are more or less ready now.
Yeah. Just gotta figure if my build will actually be effective in combat. But if we've got a lot of combat people, it probably doesn't matter too much. She doesn't know a lot.
Would an explosive count as a ranged weapon, even if it?
It's a thrown weapon, isn't it? Even if it comes with a side burst.
An explosive charge isn't necessarily a thrown weapon. It's
I guess not.
I'm just not sure what what role that would go off.
It probably just depend on the charge itself, I guess, right? So if it's something that is thrown, or if it's something that's set.
Well, explosive charge is effectively like a claymore or a like a chunk of C4 or something, for example,
Yeah.
rather than a grenade. I mean, its explosion damages one square burst from the center, so
I guess it's like you can't really miss, can you? Because like when you normally roll to hit, it's I guess rolling to hit them, so can they dodge it? But if it's hitting an actual 5-foot square, then they can't really dodge that.
yeah,
Would be my
you have to
guess.
be within that 1 square radius of the explosion, and then it just kind of drops in terms of its lethality. It looks like they will just hit if you're in the radius.
Hmm.
Placing an explosive requires a mechanics check. When set and activated, the charge's time begins counting down. Blah blah blah. With a successful mechanics check, explosives ignore the damage reduction of objects to which they're attached. Every time you double the number of explosives used, you add 2 extra dice of damage.
Two more to pick. And I'll deal with equipment later. I'm not 100% sure what sort of equipment I would have, given my background, but I'll come up with something.
Nick, would you recommend the Force regiments at all? Or are they just weird?
Aren't they specific to Jedi Order?
Not sure, to be honest. I think some of them might be. Well, some of them definitely are looking at them.
So
I don't know
obviously,
if they
as
all
a
are.
Jedi Share, you're not affiliated with the Jedi Order.
Yeah. If they're specifically Jedi, that's fine then. I don't have to think about potentially going for them.
What's the Laura Jao Share again? They're just essentially
They're nomads, basically. They're kind of nomads
Jedi's
and
that follow their
diplomat.
own path.
Yeah, but they're diplomatic and they're nomads basically, and they're more scholarly in terms of how they interpret the Force, rather than wise, I suppose. More scholarly.
Yeah, I know they're not bound by the tenets of like the Jedi Order or the Sith Order, so they're closer to Grey Jedi,
Yeah,
more or less.
yeah, but I think they're still nice. I think so. Then they're not really neutral. As in, from what I've read about them, they kind of do seem like good, but just not a hyper militant good of a Jedi. But they still shun usually, like see if I expect, but they'd be more open minded. Yeah, that's kind of how I built her. She does know a lot, but she's not fantastic at combat, but she is more defensive.
Okay, I'm going to disappear at this point. Have a good evening, all. I will see people when I see them. Or
Cool.
talk when I
Hey.
talk to them.
See you later.
Yeah, I'm pretty much I have everything's ready for spawn and rig. They just need
Take
to come up
care.
with a name. Alright, see you later, Tom. Thanks for coming.
I think mine should be fine then. Yeah, I haven't like keyed stuff in, so it hasn't like created attacks and stuff. I think I've picked everything. So yeah, if you want to have a quick look to make sure it actually makes sense. I think there's a guide at the bottom which just says when I took what level. I think I basically start in Noble and then have 3 levels in Jedi, and then my final level is in Noble again.
Are you Asteria?
Yes.
Are your class defenses just one across the board? I thought they would have been.
Yeah, I think because I've multied, so I think you get to choose which one to do. So I've chosen the Jedi one, which is 1 across the board, I think, instead of 2 in one in another. I don't think they stack.
No, I don't think they do. That would be pretty strong otherwise.
Yeah, and multi-classing is already pretty strong.
I'll just check the multi-class rules, see what it says about that.
Sure.
Yeah, so it doesn't look like they stack. So if you end up with one that ends up being 2 instead of 1, for instance, then it would just be 2 rather than ones across the board.
Yeah.
You have your
No,
ability
and I
score
think, yeah.
increases as well. When you do 4th level, which will you have to add 1 point into 2 skills rather than putting 2 into 1.
Yeah, I think I've done that. I did Dex and Car. I think, yeah, the ability scores at the top are with that included.
Okay, so since you're a Jedi, a noble, and a Jedi, essentially,
Hmm.
your reflex is +1, your fort is +1, but your will be +2 because of noble. Because nobles,
Okay.
stat by standard, have +2 will defense bonus.
Okay. Wait. So does it take the? So it takes the best of both rather than.
Yeah, you could just say if you multi-class out, you can take either of them. You can't stack them, so whichever's higher, obviously, is the one that's better to take.
Yeah. I think that means you take the. So I think because Jedi get either one across the board, and nobles are going to get 2 to will and 1 to reflex. I think. So I thought it meant that you'd pick basically one of those packages, I guess.
Yeah, since you're both classes, you can switch them out. So in theory,
Hmm.
if you spec'd out into Force Prodigy as well, your will defense will become a 3 rather than a 2.
Okay. I see. So for each individual one, you pick one.
Yeah,
Ah.
providing your hero class allows for it.
Okay.
I'm actually
I'll
surprised
lap that.
Jedi's will defense isn't +2. It should be the other way around, I think.
Yeah, I think they just made them all rounders. So yeah, I put the +2 in will then. So 2 in will and 1 in reflex, 1 in fort.
Yeah, that works.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize you were doing that. Oh no, you were talking about the future. Mm, mm. Ah, so for heroic classes, were you doing the what's it called? Homebrew ones then, as in the Force Prodigy technician? Because I assumed that wasn't.
No, I was just giving an example.
Ah, okay.
About that.
Does that generally look okay? Oh,
2 seconds.
straight.
Yeah, that looks good.
Awesome.
Do you only have 5 force points? You should have 7, I think.
7. Oh, is that by level? I think it says by.
Yeah, it's 5 plus your level halved rounded down.
Oh, okay.
They reset
Then
every
that
time
should
you
be-
level, so yeah.
That's probably why then. Yeah, I've maxed that up.
Yeah, that's all good. That's all correct.
Awesome. And it seems decent. I guess 8 force powers because my whiz is decent. And is that okay or?
Yeah, that's all good.